my name is Veronica. Thank you for joining me. This is my channel about cross-stitch, my 20th Flosstube video. For those of you who don't know, Flosstube is where people who do cross-stitch and various other crafts go onto YouTube, create videos, and show you their projects. So I do cross-stitch, pretty much no other crafts at this time. So I'm going to show you where I'm at since my last video, and I've got some works in progress, some projects that I have updates for, and some new starts. Yes, 2 of them, starts plural. And I also have a giveaway, my very first ever giveaway. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to show you my updates. First of all, today is February 8th, 2020. It's early in the morning at 6 a.m. I probably won't be uploading this until tomorrow, February 9th, because my husband just put a new computer together for us, and I need to install HitFilm Express, which is my editing software, on that, and that might take a little while. Plus today we're going to go to the Cleveland Home and Garden Show. Our backyard's an absolute mess after our retaining wall fell like a year and a half ago, and it's unusable, so we've got to get that looked at and taken care of. But anyway, to the cross stitch. So since my last video, about to have a cat friend. Oh, there she goes. Never mind. She's like, oh, I don't know. It's too bright in here. I've got my light shining kind of in my general direction so you guys can see what I want to show you a little bit better. So she's like a little, what's going on here? My cat Hermione. She's 17 years old. Super healthy right now, which is great. So the first thing I worked on since last time is European Bistro by Dimensions. Glare, sorry. And I got some good feedback about showing you guys where I was last time right next to this time, so I'm going to attempt to do that again. So I'm going to hold this. First of all, I'll bring it right up. Oops. Maybe the light wasn't a good idea. Let me angle it a little bit better. Hold on. Here's where I'm at now. Put it over here so we can do a side-by-side comparison. So I'm still working on that first building on the left-hand side. I finished off that sign. What I mostly did this time was just work in the parked threads because of Kat. Sometimes she does get to the threads and chew on them, and that's not good for many reasons. That worked there. You know, obviously if she swallows them, that can be fatal for cats. She mostly just gets them all slobbery and gross and then walks away, leaving crusty threads hanging there, which is really nasty. So I'm going to try not to do so much parking in general and leave it out. So the next thing that I worked on, hopefully there won't be glare on this one, is, and this one I've been working on, well, this is Super Mario by Choco Coco Stitch on Etsy. Oh, yeah, I should have said the fabric. I'm really bad about this. I use the kit fabric for the Dimensions project. This one, Super Mario by Choco Coco Stitch, and this one I am either on Etsy. I'll link below where you can find this if you want to purchase it yourself. This one I've been working on while my son does his drum lesson. Sometimes I'll take it to my other son's karate too, but since I'm working on this on 14 count, it's 14 count touch of blue Ada. It's really easy to take with me, and I stitch it in hand and everything. So first of all, here's total where it is, and then I'm going to kind of back off and move it down so we can try to do a side-by-side comparison. But as you can tell, this is what I did since last time. I worked on the one-up mushroom and the boxes down here, and then I started on the little power flower guy over here. This is something for my kids mostly. My older son wants this in his bedroom when I'm done with it, so they're really excited. And it's kind of fun too when I take it to the School of Rock. All the kids there love to see me working on this, so that's fun. He has a lesson today, and he loves it. So, okay, next So I had 2 works in progress of things that I had been working on. Now I've got 2 new starts. This one is a gift, and I don't think my sister watches this channel, but Valerie, if you're watching, I'm about to spoil your birthday present. I just figured it'd be more fun to show you guys this, and I think the chances of my sister watching this channel are low, so last year I purchased Sisters Together by Erica Michaels, which is meant to be done on silk gauze. There's actually, you can take a portion of it and stitch it on linen. This is how the models were stitched, but I decided to do the big one, which is actually really tiny. And this is my first time ever stitching on 40 count silk gauze. So I'll show you guys where that's at. I worked on this for quite a little while and then I got tired of it. But basically, I'm doing it in purple instead of red. Try to put my arm behind it so you can kind of see a little bit of where I'm at. And then I'm going to move it down so that for next time I have like half a view. Because I don't have a before on this one. I've done a lot of the purples and I'm filling in the background. I guess I learned this when you're working on silk gauze, you generally fill it in and make it like a full coverage. And it's, I'm using not all DMC, I'm sorry. I'm using some weeks for the background colors and this tan color here. Let me show you those colors. And the rest is DMC. So, let's see. It's Sandcastle and Linen. So these 2 colors here. The rest, the purples are all DMC. And it's only like 2 inches by 4 inches, but it's a lot because you do 1/1 continental tent. They actually tell you to do like what's called a basket weave stitch. There's excellent instructions in here about how to work with silk gauze and how to do like, and the basket weave stitch has you kind of angle it down and like I have been, so that the lines, the variegation lines kind of appear more on an angle, which looks pretty neat. I'll show you that again in case you're curious. I don't know if you can see it yet, but it's not good. Arm might be better. You probably can't see it in this video, but you can when you look at it. And oh, just to read it to you, it says, they laughed a little louder, they cried a little softer, they lived a little stronger because they stood together, sisters, and you can put, it has the word friends down here, and you can put initials on the left side. It's a little bit happy-sappy for me and my sister, but I just thought it was really pretty. And if she doesn't like it, I'll make her something else too. But yeah. Her birthday's not till August. I've got some time to finish that and get it framed. Next, other new start. If you've been following me on Instagram, I'm not going to post that one on Instagram because my sister does follow me on Instagram and Facebook. But this next one I have posted a little bit of an update on. So I started Mermaids of the Deep Blue by Mirabilia. Such a pretty design. I love this one so much. And I had planned to... Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I love that one. The fabric. I always have to catch myself and be like, oh, I forgot to talk about the fabric. So this is where I'm at. Got hold it down here so that I can grab a picture for next time. But then, so I've been working on the left mermaid and her hair above the halfway point, and I started on her skin. It's I don't know if you can tell, there's a little bit of, I used Petite Treasure braid for the sparklies. Just for that one, though. The other ones I was able to find the Krynic. I don't have any problems working with Krynic. But Petite Treasure braid was nice, too. It's so tiny, thin that I used 2 strands instead of 1 to make it a little bit more sparkly. I'm doing this on a 28 count linen in Serene by Picture This Plus. I had originally purchased a very dark gray fabric in, Weeks Dye Works Gunmetal for this project. And I didn't like it. I mean, I wanted something a little bit more aqua-y color, more watery. I wanted a dark color at first when I was doing this. And after doing Stargazer on this really dark midnight blue, I want to give my eyes a little bit of a break. Plus this fabric is really pretty too. It's kind of like it's showing up pretty well there. It's more green, I think, than what you guys see. Kind of green, blue, I don't know. Hard to tell. It never shows up exactly right in the camera, but this light's pretty good too. Anyway, I'm doing the skin 1/1 continental tent, or sorry, 2/1 continental tent, which I find goes much faster than when I was doing the 1/1 full crosses, and then I can loop start it and all that. I had purchased this fabric on a fat half from 123 Stitch, and probably needed a fat half for this project because it's kind of tall. It's, what is it? Hold on a sec. I brought my reading glasses for a reason. Hold on. 166 by 312. So 312 is pretty tall, even for a Mira, and since I'm doing it on 28 count, I still made the stupid decision to cut my fat half in half, so I'm doing this on a fat quarter. So I'm going to have about like 1-inch border on the top and the bottom when I'm done. I like to live dangerously. I like to save money because fabric's not cheap. So I'm not too worried about it because I see so many stories of people who are like, oh yeah, framers can do whatever. I don't think I'm going to run out because I like measured very carefully, made sure I started like the middle of the project is like right here, and I stitched a little arrow in the middle. I always do that, stitch an arrow pointing up to show me where the middle is, and then I'll put it in the frame or the stretcher bars, and then I counted like 10 times just to make sure I got to the exact point to start her hair on. So I will be really sad if I run out of room on this. So that's it so far that's it for my stitching. I did make a couple of purchases. I actually ordered a bunch of things from 123 Stitch in December with like extra Christmas and budget money and stuff like that. So let me show you some of those purchases now. Well, it's not a bunch of stuff, just a few things. So I ordered Paris by Alessandra Adelaide. I thought this one was really pretty. I also ordered the beads for it too, which I might already have, but I don't know. I purchased Midsummer Night's Fairy, by Mirabilia, and that's MD number 30. So I was trying to order, I don't know, I just kind of have this feeling that a bunch of the ones that I really admire are going to go out of print. So I ordered a couple of Mirabilias that I felt might. So this is one of them. It's an older one with number 30, and it's kind of the pairing of Titania, Queen of the Fairies, and they look really nice together. So I think this one's really pretty. I also ordered Stone Roses. This is a really old one, number 17, but it's not out of print yet, at least that I know about. So I'm just paranoid. I think that the ones that I really like and have not purchased yet. So these are more like collecting, so that maybe I'll stitch one day. I mean, Mirabilias are not small, and I can only do so much, but I just wanted to have them in case I do decide to stitch them because I think they're really pretty. I like the newer ones too, but I'm not worried about those going out of print anytime soon. Oh yeah, I should go back. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place here, but going back to Mermaids of the Deep Blue, I should have said the number on it, in case you care. Kind of tells you approximately when it was made, too. It's MD 85, so it's a few years old. Next, one more purchase and set of purchases. Steampunk Sea Serpent by Sarah Design Studio. Sorry about the glare. I am stitching, for those of you who haven't been watching for a while, I'm stitching the Steampunk Dragonfly by the same designer, and I really like it. I think it's really pretty, and when I went to, there was a trunk show at Cross My Heart in Columbus, and they had, what do you call it? They had both of these up, and I wanted this one, but it was sold out, so I bought the other one instead, started it. I'm about probably 75% done with it now. So I figured when I'm done with that one, I want to start this one. I also purchased most of the threads for it, and there's a little button pack I purchased as well, and some fabric. So I think it was what I purchased, country mocha, something like that fabric. Yeah, I think this guy's cool. My kids will like him too because they love the anglerfish, you know, the fish that has the light that comes out and like has sharp teeth because he's in like, what is it, Finding Nemo? Last thing I have is my very first giveaway. So I'm still here after 20 videos, and so I've got two things at the framers now. I've got my Stargazer and this, which I finished, and since my last video, it took me only about 2 weeks to stitch. It's called Sister Suffragette by Summerhouse Stitchworks. And if you're in the United States, it's been 100 years since women had got the right to vote here, and so I think it would be nice to let somebody else stitch this. I mean, of course, so the giveaway rules. I'll ship this anywhere in the world. If you are interested in stitching this, you must be 18 or have a parent's permission to send me your address. You must, what are all the things that they normally say? I forget. I've never done a giveaway before. You must comment below and do not mention the word giveaway or free. But just comment below just saying, you know, I'd like to stitch Sister Suffragette. I'll spell it out in the comments too. I won't put the word giveaway myself because I don't want people to like happen upon this and not be stitchers. But it was fun. It's just this little thing. I'll show you next time when it's framed. You have until, so I'm not going to do another video for a few weeks because I have a busy life. You have probably at least until the end of February. I probably won't do another video at least until March. So you have until my next video to comment below if you would like me to send this to you. Also, like I said, I'll send it anywhere in the world. And it's kind of neat. I thought I might do the vote pins or buttons, whatever you want to call them, or the United States one, but I decided not to. I have on the back, cover up there's a chart here, but finishing instructions for them, which is kind of cool. Kind of a little bit daunting for me because I just want to stitch and get it framed. I don't even want to finish. I'm not that crafty. But yeah, so if you're interested, just say I would like to stitch Sister Suffragette in the comments. I hope you enter, I hope you win. And let's see, that's all for the giveaway thing. I can't think of what else to say. I'm going to continue working on Mermaids of the Deep Blue. Before next time, I might do another start because I've been itching to start. I like the Heaven and Earth designs, but they're so big that they take such a long time. But I'm watching other stitchers get through some really big ones with the Pattern Keeper app. And I want to give that a try and maybe start a smaller height or normal sized one. I don't know. We'll see. It might be crazy because, again, I work full-time, have kids, and life. But, yeah, so hopefully I'll get this up today or tomorrow. And, yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate your comments, your subscribes, your likes, all that stuff. And I will see you next time, probably in March sometime. So always think critically. Bye, guys.